Oh, what's going on, everybody? Episode 5 of the Unmethodical podcast here with your boys, Technometeor and Dvon.
Yep, the other person, Daishogun, would have been here, but he's playing Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil 5 co-op, of all things. With like our new member that we were supposed to introduce.
Yeah, one day he'll be here.
Eventually,
All these conflicting
I don't know
schedules.
when. We always have bad schedules, I swear.
The more we start, I don't know, the more I look at our schedules, the more conflicted they are, honestly. The only days we really get to ourselves are Sundays. Well, no, I have work on Sundays. I just do it a little bit different. Yeah. I like to not have work on Sundays.
I work Monday mornings, but sometimes I take days off at this job. I mean, I'm getting a little sick of it.
I actually really like my job and the people that work with me. I just don't like working on the weekends because I work on, Friday, of course, but Sunday kind of hurts.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, I would hate that because, I don't like working weekends in general, but I work Saturdays at this place and it's not even that great. It's just not. Because, when I got hired here, they said, hey man, we don't work every Saturday. And guess what? They lied to me. They do work every Saturday. At least we never work Sundays. I guess it's their little religious day or whatever. I don't know what you want to call that.
I don't know what to call those days either. I just know that Sunday is usually the rest day, but not for me. It's a Saturday for me.
Busy boy. With your freaking hat. Do you even still wear a hat? Or is that...
Yeah, I wear hats all the time.
Okay.
I've started to kind of cut back on wearing hats.
You can't do that, and then I'll have to change the freaking face again.
Well, around friends and stuff, I still wear them quite often. But around, other people, especially around work, I can't wear hats, so I just kind of gotten used to doing it.
Okay, I see. You just can't wear a hat. I've actually been wearing a hat at work. It's just to make myself look more professional, I guess. I wear like a Menards hat. This is not
a Menards hat?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing drywall.
Did you even work at Menards? What?
That was one of the places I was supposed to be working. They never got back to me, and the business moved like a little bit down the street to the new building. Then they never even bothered with me again. Like, all right, HR, you bastards.
What a piece of crap.
Yeah, you're right. But that's how work goes in this city, I guess.
Yeah. Living in a city is a very cutthroat kind of thing, huh?
Heck yeah. We got the freaking Badlands out here. That's what I call it.
When I was doing my taxes, I did notice this. When I moved counties, when I moved from the city, from out of the county, to a different county where it's, more rural, less people that are there, I saw a tax break.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, because, living in the city is so expensive. I couldn't believe how expensive that crap was.
Heck yeah, it is.
But then again, you normally get higher wages.
Oh, man.
Over here, usually you can find a job, no problem, for, minimum wage, but over there, you need at least $10 an hour to at least make it.
I mean, you do, but a lot of the jobs here are still, minimum. But I did hear that the minimum wage is, supposed to be, or somebody's suggesting that we raise it to, 15 something? I'm like, that's insane. I don't know about that.
Yeah, 15 does seem a little bit high.
That's too big of a jump right there. That's more than double what the actual minimum wage is right now.
Is it?
Yeah, the minimum wage is $7.25 still.
Damn, dude.
And they're thinking of going up to 15 something. Whoa. I don't know about that. Just picture starting off at McDonald's now at 15.
15.
Whoa.
That would actually be alright. I wouldn't mind that. I'd be making more there than at my regular job.
I mean,
I think I would take the tax, or not tax. I would take the
tax.
I would take the the money break just to have a job I somewhat like.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's more about comfort. I like certain jobs for certain reasons. Like, I mean, this one I'm at pays well, but I do not like it. I do not like doing what I have to do. The last one I had, it paid less, but it was like comfortable work. I just had to clean buildings. I'm like, I can clean. This is simple. This isn't stressing me out. Like, if I do something wrong there, cleaning, I can fix it. If I, like, fuck up, like doing drywall shit, there's a lot to be undone, I guess. Like, if you're cutting out, like, a box in the wall, like, for a switch or something like that, you, like, cut into a wire, oh, you damaged it too damn bad, I guess. There's no fixing it.
Get tax or not? Why do I keep saying tax? Man, I must have
because you're taking a tax on the power of juju.
Do I? I must have tax Yoshi on the mind or something. I don't know.
Yoshi,
but do they ever charge you money for something that you mess up on?
Yeah, they do. I mean, I've only done it once. Learned my lesson. I was like super goddamn careful. I cut like. It's not, I don't know what that cable is. I think it was supposed to be an Ethernet cable. They said I did, but when I cut it out, it definitely wasn't cut. I just think, I was the fall guy since I was the newest. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's real nice. They just took it out. As a matter of fact, I don't think I got, like, they took out $50 of that check that week. I'm like, well, shit, for one wire. Ooh, that hurts. Ow. Oh.
Let's move on to a different subject. We've been just talking about jobs for like.
I mean, it's a good one. It's
9
always
minutes.
relevant, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad one. I have no objection to it, but I think we should move on to a different subject.
Do you have anything specific in mind? Because I was like thinking on something today.
Oh, if you have something, I have a couple. I mean, I could go over.
You first. I can remember mine for sure.
All right. What is your favorite season out of every season?
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, my least favorite is summer.
Least favorite?
Yes. I have a good reason. I mean, I just hate the heat. I don't like being warm. No, warm and hot, just terrible. Like, what I tell people all the time is, like, I can put on layers in the cold. I'm just not wanting to take off my skin in the heat. It's not a thing I can do. I mean, of course, you got, like, nice, super fun, go to the beach, go swimming, something, that time of the summer. But, that's about it, I guess. That's like the one thing you can do. And sweat. If you like sweating, go ahead.
I mean, you got plenty of stuff you could do. It's just that, when you're out there in the summer and you're moving and grooving, of course it's going to be hot. So I totally get you there. But I think there's probably a lot more stuff that you can do in the summer than you can do in the winter. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but winter's also not my favorite anymore. My favorite's fall. Fall and spring are perfect. Especially fall. There's Halloween right there.
Yeah, I like fall too. I think my favorite months for weather go between July, August, September. Those are my favorite.
Oh, and I love a good storm, so that's why I like spring too.
Yeah, I like storms, but the only time I don't like storms, well, I have a couple times when I don't like storms, but the main time I don't like storms is when you're driving and your visibility is zero.
Okay, yeah, you're right. As a matter of fact, I was rolling with Zeus to see you guys down there on campus that one time, and there was like we could not see him. We were like behind a semi. They're kicking up water. I'm like, oh, this is awful. And these eyes don't miss anything, and I can't see anything. How do we live?
I don't know. He's got wonky eyes.
I've not heard from that guy. Remind me to talk to him.
Yeah, I gotta talk to him too. I think my favorite is probably fall as well. That's when a little bit of everything just decides to go away, like stuff like bugs start to go away and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the end for them. Damn mosquitoes.
Yeah, I absolutely. I don't hate bugs, but
yeah, me
there's
either.
some things that are just so freaking pesky, like stink bugs and June bugs. I hate those so much.
Man, when like stink bugs started showing up a lot more frequently, like just a few years ago, I'm like, man, this is awful. I used to think about like, as a kid, I'd like, I wonder what a stink bug looks like. And now you can't get rid of them. They're everywhere.
I said that same stuff too. I was like, what the heck is a stink bug?
They were not that frequent. I mean, because I was a kid that was really into bugs back then. I mean, I'm not like fucking creepy or anything. Like, I'm talking about fascinated. I'm like, this is a real little tiny life right here. Like, I would see what ants do, how they're sitting there building an anthill. Just observe, like, praying mantises. You didn't see them that often where I was, since I'm like in inner city. And I was like, wow, this is a neat little thing. Oh, the day I saw a walking stick, I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Walking sticks or something else.
Damn right they are. Virtually invisible bastards.
Yeah, they used to creep me out as like a kid. Not like the semi smaller ones that are about like maybe 10 to 12 inches.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the ones that are like branches.
Yeah,
like,
I know, like whole
absolutely
branches.
ginormous.
Just creeping around, stalking their prey, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there are bugs that I won't kill if I see them. And there are ones that I will definitely have to put the hurt on. Like if I see a mosquito, it's got to go. I don't like getting bit. It's just irritating. Ugh. Or a fly, maybe. If I can let it out, if it's flying around like a window, open window, or a door, I'm like, okay, I'll just try to shoo it out and not hurt it. What other insects have I killed? Fucking fleas. I hate those.
Yeah, fleas are annoying.
Little jumpy bastards. I mean, if you like try to kill one, I don't know how to explain it. What is it? Their exoskeleton? They can like maneuver it in a way that like they don't get crushed. You little bastards. Why don't we get that?
I don't know. Something about it's weird. Couldn't tell you. We don't really have fleas around here. What I mean by that is around my area, my house or whatever, because I don't really have pets.
Oh, of course not.
I remember when we did have pets, we had one cat that was like, there were so many in this one room of our house that it was like overflowing with them. And I was like, oh my god, how the f do we get rid of these things? Man. I don't remember exactly what we did to get rid of them all, but I think it had something to do with lines of like, we got our cat one of those flea collars, and we had like something we put down for them to like, for the fleas to eat or something like that, and then they were slowly dying or something. I don't remember. I just remember we got rid of them. It just took a while.
Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It can get expensive to get rid of something like that, or you can find like a cheese way. Like, we had freaking bed bugs one time. I think my brother or sister had to bring that. I think it was my sister, because she liked going places. I'm just like, why? You know, we're not even allowed to go anywhere after we get home from school. It's like me, her, and my other brother, my brother. And, we were more well behaved. We would sit at home and play with fucking WWE action figures. And she would be like wanting to sit in her room, take a nap, maybe read a book, or try to sneak out of the house to go somewhere. I'm like, I'm not getting in trouble for this. I'm the fucking oldest. You sit your ass in there. And I guess one day she just came home. She's like, oh, what is this? What is this bug? I think I got bed bugs. I'm like, yeah, right. I'd never seen a bed bug until like that. I didn't know what the fuck it was. We eventually ended up getting rid of those a super cheap way. It was getting near winter time. We like sat shit outside in the cold. It was like a few years back when it was like below zero out there and a hell of a lot of snow. It worked. I mean, we've not seen that since, and I'm very careful on who I let in this house. I mean, this is a different house altogether. But damn, those little bastards get everywhere. Every seam of your house, man. Do not let that happen. If you see one, burn the house down.
Words of advice from DP.
Yeah, burn the house down.
Burn it down? God, please do not burn down your house.
Yeah, please don't. I did not advocate that. No arson.
So what do you want to talk about now?
Oh, man, I almost had more bug stuff to cover. You got lucky there. I guess it kind of segues. Pet peeves. I was like, what are my pet peeves? I was sitting there thinking about it earlier. I don't get mad at a lot of things, but there are like few little minor inconveniences, I guess, that bug me.
No pun intended.
Ha ha ha. What about you? What do you have as like a pet peeve? Do you even have any? See, I was thinking about that. I was like, a lot of people don't pay attention to what bugs them.
Yeah, normally it's just something. Oh, okay, I do actually have one now I think about it.
What might that be?
It's when either a job or a person tells you to do something and you're already in the middle of doing it, and which is fine. But then they start adding stuff on constantly, more and more and more and more, and it's like, just tell me from the get-go what to do, and I'll do it. That's but just please do not keep adding it on after that, because I could be working on something and something else.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, I'm like 95% done with what I have to do, and they put you back at like 12% with this list that they just tack on. And I think that was one of the reasons I got mad at the job I had 2 jobs ago, because the lady I worked for, I would like be doing one thing. I'm like, well, this is about done. And then she'd add on like a billion things. I'm like, if you would have told me that at the beginning, I could have arranged this in an order that I could get like multiple things out of the way. But no, I sat here on this one thing, thinking this was going to be it. I mean, I'm not slacking or anything, but you could have mentioned that. And I mean, after I like left that job, she was still needing help with stuff, because she definitely didn't have anybody else to rely on. That's what I get for being Mr. Reliable back then.
Good. Hate being in that role sometimes.
I know. It's just not good to be the best. So do not, I guess. Do not aim for first. Go best. For like second, yeah. So she calls me, and she's wanting help. I don't work there at this point. Keep that in mind. And she asked if I can help her. My question is, what do you need help with? And she freaking snaps. She says, why do you need to know that? I'm like, fuck. Are you joking me? I kind of want to know what I'm prepared for. Whatever.
I would have said, well, okay, so this was like your ex-boss, right?
Yeah, like 2 bosses ago.
Okay. Were you like chummy with this boss, or?
Not really. Not at all. No.
Okay. I mean, if it was me and she would have did that and like started like snapping at me, I would have been like, whoa, you came to me for help.
Exactly. You asked me. I do not work here. I have a job. You're trying to waste my days off for this. Why?
Yeah, I would have said.
Why do I need to know that? What kind of question is that?
Is there any other pet peeves you got?
One of them that I've noticed is like having to repeat myself over and over, like when somebody's not hearing me. So I will just like not say anything. I'm just like, well, never mind, after like twice. I mean, unless I'm really trying to get something across to somebody. But I
totally get you.
I really hate that. They'll be like, what? I'll fucking say it again. And they'll be like, what? I'm like, you know what? I know that I am audible right now. You're not gonna get to me. Not today.
I would have, normally when that happens, I normally say, or ask, I say, I didn't understand, would you mind repeating that? And then they'll be like, oh, okay, that's not as bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but like I said, it's just a minor thing. It's like, ugh. I don't think I've paid attention to any of the other ones that I have. I know a lot of people are like, but seeing people bite their nails, that's one of them for them.
One of the weirdest ones I've noticed is that, like, they talk about, like, breastfeeding and all that.
Yeah.
And then people get annoyed by that. It's like, I was never annoyed by that.
No.
The one thing I was always annoyed by is when people are kissing.
Yeah,
like,
okay. Public displays of affection, that's another one that I'm like, get in a fucking room, an actual room.
Normally I shouldn't be bothered by that. I really shouldn't, but only time I ever like think it's alright is if it's like a quick smooch. Not like if it's a long lasting. The only time I ever think that's acceptable is, oh man, I keep talking over you.
No. Go ahead.
The only time I really think that's acceptable is if it's like a social event where it's like the stigmatism. I don't know if this is the word.
I mean, yeah.
But the thing is, when it's allowed, like it's called for things like a wedding or something. You know, it's like
that's
your vows,
fine.
now kiss.
That's
or
not
something like
super public or anything.
Yeah, or something like along the lines of like
a kiss
we're
cam.
Gonna have like we had like our childhood dream come true of like making or like opening up a business or something or like that.
Yeah, that'd be
something
fun.
Like that. Oh man!
But when you're just doing it just to do it, get the hell out. I mean, that like one day, I think I was with Daishogun actually, in that yeah, it was him and his girlfriend. But you know, he doesn't do that. He's not one of those super fuck boys, I guess. We're in like Steak and Shake. Mm-hmm. There's this girl with this like massive ass that I kept looking at, and she's like in these low cut shorts, and she's with this guy with a, like, I called it a Pidgeotto haircut. You know what I'm talking about, right? A little swoop thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, he looks like a damn Pidgeotto. They're just like going at it in this damn restaurant. I'm like, this is kind of annoying. I want to go over there and like kick the legs of his chair, make him fall out of it. But you know what? I'm a nice guy. I'm just gonna enjoy this time here with my friends. And I mean, if that annoys me, I could leave. I could just go.
This is almost like the complain cast.
Right? Well, I mean, that's kind of a thing. The rant.
Yeah. I guess it's just our way of looking at it. How long have we been going for?
I have not paid attention. Oops.
I haven't looked either. I didn't even set a timer.
Well, I know
forgot about that.
We're at least 20 minutes. I could pause and check that, I think. No, I can't. It won't let me.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll just keep going.
Well, okay. That works. I mean, we're still going for like a 30...
Yeah, 30 minutes, but if we go a little bit over, it's not too bad. Okay, I just don't want to make it longer than an hour.
That works.
At least for now.
That works. So far, it's been flowing. You're right. Oh, boy. I'm sorry. That was a good old Oreo taste.
No, the good old ranch.
Ranch? I don't know.
Speaking of which, maybe we should talk about some food, because we haven't really brought up food either.
Oh, go ahead, man. What do you have in mind here? Favorites?
I was just talking about, favorites? Like, do you have, like, any recommendations for food?
As in places or things specifically?
I guess either or. Either or is fine. Because I can recommend you guys. Why'd I say you guys? I can recommend you something. I mean, I guess I was talking to the audience that's listening.
Oh, yeah. That works.
You guys and gals. One thing that I would recommend eating, if you haven't already tried it, is this wonderful dish by the name of... Honestly, I don't even think it has a name. I think it's just called what it is. It's a Buffalo Ranch sandwich, but it's a pulled chicken.
Oh.
And I know a lot of places cook those, so I would try it out. Like, if you're not a fan of buffalo sauce, I wouldn't try it out, of course.
Of course not.
But if you like buffalo sauce, or at least haven't tried it yet, I'd recommend trying to get like a buffalo chicken sandwich, because they taste really interesting. They taste tangy. I'm not really a huge fan of tangy food, but I think it does taste pretty good.
Well then, I might give that a try. What if we had like food reviews on this channel?
Food reviews.
If we ever get that far, stop me. Stop me.
God have mercy. I do like one food reviews channel. I always forget his name. Always.
I bet it's the one that Andy watches too.
This is the one where it goes like, what did he say?
What? He's not taking you to Flavor
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day has been ruined. I watched a couple of videos by that guy, and I like his videos because they're like, he's the one kind of guy I see that I can watch the videos and not really be in disgust while watching them eat.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of weird, but I'm not really a big fan of watching people eat.
I mean, that could be another grievance or a pet peeve. People watching you eat.
Actually, I don't really. That's not a pet peeve.
I don't like
me.
eating in front of people. That's another thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't have food too, I'm just like uncomfortable eating. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Did you have a dish you want to recommend, or do you want me to make another one? Or
get yourself a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. This is not an ad.
Well,
I just like them. I mean, I've had them made badly before, though. That's certain places, certain locations that just cannot get it right. Then there are places that are just like, Do you have any like go-to places in your town?
Well, for my kind of culinary experience, I actually have to go out and go, because I live in more of a rural area.
Yeah, here's my dining
here's my dining delicacies over here: McDonald's, Subway, Dairy Queen. We do have we actually do have two restaurants where I live.
Damn.
But I haven't been there. We have a restaurant called Restaurant.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know if it's called The Restaurant or Restaurant with something else, but that's all it says.
Oh man, they better.
I thought it was only like over here where it has just Restaurant too. No, there's like hundreds.
That's a
hundreds.
Chain?
No,
really?
No, I not a chain, but there's hundreds and hundreds of restaurants just called Restaurant.
Why? You looked it up, didn't you?
Actually, I did, because I just typed in restaurant. I was like, there's no other place called just The Restaurant. And then, lo and behold, the funniest looking one was the one I saw. I think it was Maryland.
Uh-huh.
It was like restaurant, but like the inside of it looked so generic. And I was like, I cannot see this without it being absolutely hilarious to me now.
Yeah, can I get a Fortnite burger?
I'm gonna have to kick your ass out. Fucking shit all over you. But I think that the one kind of dish that everybody should try, if you like them, I suggest that you try yakisoba from an actual Japanese restaurant.
That's a good one.
I mean, you can make it yourself, but I would actually recommend checking it out at a restaurant that specifically caters to that kind of food.
Yeah.
Their yakisoba tastes so good at this place called, I think it was called like miso.
I thought of something stupid. I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
Miso. No, I'm not going to do
it. Got wonderful food. And lastly, the last dish I would recommend that people would try out would be, if you're ever in the area, I would recommend checking out Chicago.
Oh, of course.
I've never had New York pizza. I really want to try New York pizza. But Chicago pizza, it tastes
There's a
So
real good place in town here if you're wanting a Chicago pizza. Giordano's. You ever heard of them?
Yeah,
They
have
make
one
like
over here.
deep
Well, in Chicago.
dish pizza. I'm like, ooh. It'll make you go ooh. Watch.
Yeah, they have one of those in Chicago.
Of course they do. It's Chicago.
Then they have one called Uno's, or not Uno's. Is it Uno's? It might be Uno's. Then they have one called Gino's East.
oh man.
I don't remember the other ones.
Oh, I'm just now realizing I've had both types of pizza now, a New York one and a Chicago one.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been there, but I've had New York style. New York style tastes really good over here.
Yeah.
I keep saying over here, but it's in Chicago. Like, I know that, or no, wait, not Chicago. Sorry. I didn't mean to say Chicago. I meant to say Michigan.
Oh, I was about to say, where the heck are you?
They had a New York style one in Michigan. It's just absolutely delicious. Can't recommend it enough.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, same with that New York pizza. That like there was this program I was in called like the OK program in Indiana, and like end of the year, like if your GPA was good enough, like for each semester or whatever you want to call it, you got to go on the end of the year trip. One of those end of the year trips, I think the first that I had gone on was to New York, and we did a lot there. Stopped and ate at a lot of good restaurants, stayed in hotels. We were supposed to be on like BET one time too, but they never got back to us. But one of those places we stopped was a pizza place, and you could just feel it. That is pizza time right there. I would have thought of like Spider-Man immediately being there. It's a nice place to go too. But I mean, it's kind of hard to get around, I would say, as you'd expect. The pizza they brought out though, like they started slicing it and like pulling it up with the little spatula thing. I'm like, whoa, look at that cheese.
Yeah, that's the thing about deep dish pizza. If you've never heard of it, try typing it up. But the cheese is not just like a little tiny piece or like a little thin layer. No, it's
layers.
Like inches.
Layers.
It's inches high.
That's instant
like
constipation if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, dude. I would only have like maybe one slice at the most.
Yeah.
And then
that's all you really need.
Day. You know a pizza has a lot of cheese when you can take a slice out and then the cheese will just form it'll form the section where the pizza just left.
Right. A whole cheese section. Like you're sitting there pulling it up and it's like further than your arm can reach.
Okay, I don't mean to like pull us to a different topic, but this reminds me of this one time I was in school and when we was in elementary, one of my friends, he's still my friend to this day, but when he was on the elementary thing, it was like in kindergarten.
Uh-huh.
And when he was in kindergarten, you know how they have like those things like integrity and stuff like those things called. It was like showing you everything. Had like integrity. Courage.
I forgot what you call those.
Yeah, but they had all those. And then he was like, he's like, it got to me and I was like, I use, what was it? I use, courage when I stand up and give a speech in front of people. I think that's what mine went like. But then my friend goes up and he says something along the lines of, I use perseverance when I go potty. And then like the principal just looked at him. And then I looked at the principal and I looked back at my other friend. He's just looking at him. He's just smiling his ass off. He's just, yeah.
He's like, yeah, nailed it.
And then like he said it, he was like, he's like, when I go poopy. I hated that so much, but it was so funny to me.
Oh my god. That is hilarious.
And he got away with it too. He was just
he knew. He knew what he could get away with.
He was only in kindergarten, so I mean,
yeah,
not bad. It's not even like he was said that anything that bad, really.
Like if he would have stood up and yelled, "I shit," then, You probably would have
I
gotten
do
in trouble.
remember one time when I was on this, we was on this trip to this science and industry museum.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if I was in elementary or middle school,
Hmm.
but I do remember there was this big black dude that kind of looked like Coach from Left 4 Dead 2. He was working as a chef,
Yeah.
and like when he was working there, well, this one guy was like, "Hey Mac, can you give us out 2 more cheeseburgers over here?" And then he's like, "Cheeseburgers, kiss my ass." And then like he looked straight at me. He was like, "How you doing, little man?" I was like, I'm doing all right. How about you?" He's like, I'm fucking shit up." I was like, oh. I was like, okay, cool.
Nice. I don't know what you expect
And
me
then
to
he
do
was
with
like,
this information.
"Oh, what you want, little man? It's on me." I was like, "For real, man?" He's like, "Yeah, dog, on me." And I was like, "Okay, I don't want to break your wallet, so I'll get 1 hot dog." This is back when I used to eat hot dogs quite often. I don't even really eat hot dogs anymore. It's like, "All
I
right,
was a
Mac."
fan of them.
What he did was he gave me 2 hot dogs, and I was like, 2 hot dogs? Yeah, my man. He's like, "All right, now I hooked you up fat. Now don't tell any of them fuckos over there. All right?" I was like, "Okay." He was like, "Sorry, pardon my fucking cussing, but I'm having a bad day." I was like, "Oh no, it's cool. You gave me 2 hot dogs. I'll never tell anybody." And then he had the weirdest laugh I think I've ever heard out of anybody. He's like, "Okay, little man."
Oh, man.
I don't know how to really impersonate the laugh without doing that. It was just so weird.
Just picturing it as that's good enough.
Ah, man, I'm sorry to go on that tangent, but
No, that was perfect. That was great right there. I think
these stories are probably not even that interesting to people listening, but whatever.
I mean, they're listening and they're envisioning what's going on here. I think that was a good story for that.
You ever have that moment when you're telling a story and you think you're telling it like shit, but then you like ask your friend how it was, like, "Man, that was a good story."
I know,
like,
right? Like the story I tell about. You remember the Brian story, right? The one.
Which one?
I call him fucking Brian. The one where he brought screens to my former boss's house, and she did not care to look at them. Did I ever tell you that one?
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say I hadn't told you about that one.
Well, you might have to remind me. Did you tell me in was it like anytime soon?
I told Mike, and I think he mentioned it to you. Oh, well, I mean, I could just tell you again here.
Might as well. I mean, I'll let you know if I do, but please.
Well, you're definitely going to remember this one. So, I'm sitting there, I'm working on, like, window screens, putting in screens at my boss's house before she gets ready to go to California for, like, her trip home to see her family. And, this guy, Brian, he's like a balding boomer, pretty much, with this big, like, truck. He brings over some screens, and she's still packing and getting ready to go to the airport. He's like, "Hey, hon, I got some screens out here. You want to come take a look at them?" And she's just like, "Nope," real like dismissively, real quick, because she's busy. And he's like, "Are you sure? I got them, and you can have them if you want." I'm sitting there still working on the screens, listening to this happening. She's like, "Nope, I don't need them. No thanks." She's still getting ready to go. And he gets, like, pissed. He says, "All right, then." He gets in his truck, slams his car door. He, like, backs out of the driveway. There's, like, neighbors sitting on the porch next door with their little, like, 2-year-old kid. And he yells, "Fucking bitch!" and just drives off.
I do remember that now. I remember the last part, but not the beginning.
You never got to hear that part?
Yeah, that was...
He was a crazy guy. I hope he's alright.
Did you start laughing after that?
Yeah, I was fucking dying. I'm like, wow, there's a whole little kid over there that he just yelled at in front. I mean, he was an outrageous guy. Like, the first time I heard him, like, go off on her was, like, my first day of working with her. I'm like, wow.
Man.
I mean, he's one of those like conspiracy guys or something. He's pretty much like a crazy Dale Gribble.
Okay. Oh, a crazy Dale Gribble?
Yeah, he's a crazy version of Dale Gribble. I'll say that.
Oh, man.
Because, like, I try to make small talk with him. Like, I don't really like talking to people, but I figure football is something people go on, I guess. Because we're sitting back there doing some yard work in her backyard. He's like, I think they're all just overpaid crybabies. I'm like, well, can't talk with sports about this guy. What? He was just crazy. I can't explain how many times I've seen him just go off out of nowhere. Poor guy. Poor guy.
That's unfortunate. And I don't even know what time we're at now. Like, I keep saying that.
I feel like we started a little after 11, maybe like 40 so minutes. I think that's good enough, right?
I think that's good enough to call it for this podcast.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back with another one next week, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. It's just that you're probably going to be playing Kingdom Hearts, or if not
let
that,
me
then
see when that's
something else.
coming up. That's coming up the 29th. And yeah, I probably will be in the middle of Kingdom Hearts by that time. It's going to be like, we're going to record right before that happens.
Okay, I don't mind that then.
Well, like I said, thanks for listening, guys. Feel free to comment on this one. Leave a like if you liked it. If you didn't, tell us why not. Ring that bell to stay notified, because we're still like here for you. You know, we're gonna be doing stuff. More DKC for sure, right?
Yep. Hopefully, we're gonna finish this dang series. I have a good feeling that we are.
I feel like we're gonna finish that within the month.
Yeah, that'd be super nice too. And then we can also play some other games too. Don't forget, got that going on.
Yeah, we both have our respective channels. Check them out.
Yep. I might start uploading more often here if I can. I gotta see how that goes.
Ooh-wee. That's nice. And there's always the Fortnite creative thing we did just last, not weekend. That wasn't a whole weekend ago. That was just like 2 days ago. You see how old I feel? Anyway,
All right, well, that about wraps it up. I'm Dvon.
And I'm Technometeor. Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
We'll see ya.
See you.